You've been told that to achieve your goals, you need years of grinding and relentless hustle, and that this is the only way. We've all been there, forcing ourselves to work harder, stay disciplined, push through, but still getting nowhere. There's a reason for that. You've been relying on willpower instead of something called inspired action. Inspired action is the ultra rare secret to effortless success. A secret most people will never know because they're too busy forcing it. By the end of this video, you'll understand exactly how to stop pushing, start flowing, and achieve more by doing less. And once you get it, you'll wonder why no one ever taught you this before. Now, working hard has been drilled into you so much throughout your life that when you seek success, that is your default mode of finding it. I call this forced effort. Forced effort is forcing yourself to do something. This is something I've experienced many times over. In high school, I hated chemistry. I would consistently fail this subject, eating F's for breakfast. So one day I decided I would work hard and try my best to do well in chemistry. I studied for hours and hours. It was painful and I hated every single second of it. I did this for an entire year. And the result of all that blood, sweat and tears? What did the chemistry gods bless me with? A big fat D. So after all that hard work, there wasn't even anything to brag about. Now, before you judge me and my D, let's talk about your life. What does forced effort look like? Pushing through a career you hate just to pay bills and maintain an image. Working for a company 40 hours per week, hating every single second of it, but too afraid to quit. Burning out and sacrificing your peace, your joy, and your health for a paycheck. Working weekends on a side hustle you don't even like just because it might make you money. Forcing yourself to study a subject you have zero interest in just to make your parents proud. Following a strict morning routine and diet you saw on YouTube that leaves you more exhausted than energized. What if I told you that to be successful, like really successful, you have to take it easy, like take it super easy? In a bit, I'll show you how some of the most successful people all tap into this without even realizing it. I call this inspired action. Inspired action is what naturally inspires you. Inspired action is basically when you're so into what you're doing, you forget what day it is, where you are, and whether or not you actually have friends. This is something I've also experienced. In the school holidays and weekends, I would sit in front of my computer and animate. I would spend hours and hours lost in exploring animation, completely absorbed in understanding how it works, enjoying every single second without even noticing the time pass. I would then look at my work and think, wow, I did that. That was me. What if I told you the people at the top got there by doing what they wanted to do, not what they were told to do? Can you picture Morgan Freeman forcing himself to act in roles he hates? Do you think Kobe Bryant forced himself to love basketball? Can you picture Einstein forcing himself to unravel the mysteries of space and time? Can you imagine David Attenborough hating nature? Do you think the Beatles had a horrible time writing Hey Jude? Do you think Steve Jobs hated creating Apple? Just look at Bob Ross. Watch this clip and tell me he's forcing himself to do art.
Because you know, if you've painted with us before, we don't make mistakes. We have happy accidents. Because very soon you learn to work with anything that happens here. And when you get over that fear of making a mistake, then it becomes fun.
It all comes down to this: inspired action over forced effort, and ego equals effort, and letting go equals flow. In a bit, I'll show you how you actually find inspired action. But before I show you that, you need to know what is not inspired action. Look, I know the video is called How to Achieve More by Being Lazy, but this type of laziness is not sitting on the couch all day watching TV or playing video games, which unfortunately means binging an entire Netflix series in one sitting doesn't count, even if you felt spiritually aligned with every episode. And nope, doom scrolling on TikTok until 3 AM doesn't count as divine flow. No matter how many manifestation videos you watch, and your Call of Duty Warzone kill streak might make you feel like you're in the zone, but that is not it either. This type of laziness is about being carefree, easygoing, and in flow in getting things done that grow you as a person. It's letting life move with you, not against you. It's the main character energy but without the emotional breakdown. Hopefully by now you've decided to join Team Inspired Action. How do you find real inspired action? You won't discover what truly inspires you by just thinking about it or waiting for the perfect idea to strike. Inspiration reveals itself through experimenting, trying out many things, but then one day you find that one thing that doesn't feel like you have to force yourself to do it. How do you know when it's inspired action? Time begins to disappear. Hours pass like minutes. You're not counting down to a break. You're immersed in the process. Not because it's easy, but because it feels right. That's inspired action. No effort based on fear, pressure, or ego, but effort that flows from love, fascination, or a deep sense of alignment. So if you're unsure what inspires you right now, don't overthink it. Try more things, explore more paths. The process itself will show you what feels forced and what feels like flying. For this to work, you need to feel what works for you. Try out many different things, see how they feel to you, and pick the ones that give you energy and inspire you instead of what drains your energy and burns you out. If you've found value in these psychological insights, like, subscribe, and hit the bell button. And leave a comment of what you're gonna try out next to see if it inspires you. If you want to support the channel, you can get my $1 guides on finding your true purpose and practicing deep meditation in the description or pinned comment. These guides go for only $1, but you can pay more if you'd like.